Okay, good day, guys. Good day to you all. Welcome back to the Formula Sports channel. A big shout out to everyone. Thanks for supporting. A gentle reminder to please like the video and subscribe to the channel. And again, a big shout out to all who normally support. We really do appreciate the support. Now, I just want to talk a little bit about Leon Bailey. Right? And many of you guys would have seen yesterday, Leon Bailey's match-winning performances for Bayer Leverkusen over fourth place Eintracht Frankfurt. Right? So Leon Bailey is enjoying another stellar season. Right? Bailey is enjoying another stellar season. Right? It wasn't his first season. It was really his first full season at Bayer Leverkusen was a good one. And he has been inconsistent over the last 2 seasons, a bit inconsistent. The usual flashes of brilliance, for sure, glimpses of glamour. But this season in particular, Leon has been outstanding. I mean, the stats speaks for themselves. 29 games, 9 goals and 8 assists in the Bundesliga. 8 games in the Europa League, 5 goals and 2 assists, right? And a goal in the German Cup. So that brings his tally to 15 goals for the entire season. So he's Bayer Leverkusen's joint leading goal scorer for the entirety of this season so far, for this campaign. And especially in the last couple of games, his performances have just been magnificent. So another stellar performance again, this time against fourth place Eintracht Frankfurt. A goal and an assist. By the way, the goal was just, what a brilliant touch, man. Every player, man, can score that kind of goal, man. You have to be a top player, man, to score that kind of goal. I mean, what a brilliant touch. It was an excellent ball by Diaby, and it was just a brilliant touch by Leon Bailey to steer it under the goalkeeper into the back of the net. If you actually watch the video, he started celebrating long before the ball even crossed the line. Right? It was just such a special goal, man. Special goal. And the overall performance itself was very good. Right? Very good. Good assist and good performance overall. I mean, there were times when Leon just looked untouchable, man. Even that time when he was flicking balls over defenders' heads, right? He flicked the ball over the Eintracht Frankfurt Japanese midfielder's head, man. I mean, he just looked untouchable and unplayable. In the last couple of games, he really has been turning it on. And in all fairness to him, he has had a good season, right? Some people saying that he has been a bit inconsistent this season, up and down season. I disagree. I think even when he hasn't been scoring, I mean, he has scored 15 goals from the season start so far, but even when he hasn't been scoring goals, his performances have still been good. Right? So my whole thing is that Leon Bailey needs to leave Bayer Leverkusen now. Right? As in leave Bayer Leverkusen this summer and go to a bigger club. Right? Not saying Leverkusen isn't a big club, but it isn't an elite club. It isn't. Facts. Right? And he needs to leave Bayer Leverkusen and make that step up, and he needs to do it now. Right? This summer, Leon needs to get himself out of Leverkusen if he really and truly wants to fulfill his true potential, because I don't think Leon Bailey, if he stays at Bayer Leverkusen, will really and truly, make him realize his full potential. right? Because as I've said previously, I think that Leon Bailey can become a top 15, even top 10 player in world football. I genuinely believe that. I think that if Leon finds the right coach, especially the right system that can really get the best out of him, the right coach and the right environment, I think Leon Bailey can even be challenging for the Ballon d'Or, right? In years to come. That's how highly I respect this man's talent, right? He's a very talented player, one of the most skillful players in the German Bundesliga. Facts. So I personally believe that Leon Bailey has outgrown Leverkusen. Leon Bailey has outgrown Leverkusen and he needs to leave now if he's going to fulfill his true potential. The fact is, Leverkusen is a very inconsistent team. Very inconsistent team with inconsistent players. Players that today you can get an amazing performance and tomorrow the performances just fall flat. Those are the type of players that Leverkusen has right now. Diaby, Amiri. I mean, Wirtz is very young, but he's obviously an exceptional young talent. Very good player. Excellent player, to be honest with you. I like Wirtz. But most of this Bayer Leverkusen team, Patrick Schick, most of the team is it's comprised of very inconsistent players who blow hot and cold. You don't know what you're gonna get out of them, right? And I think that even to a smaller extent, Bailey was in previous seasons suffering from this, right? But I think that even this season it has shown how much he has grown, right? I think it has shown because I don't think the team's inconsistency has held Leon back this season like what has happened in previous seasons, right? I think that Leon, even as I say, even when Leon Bailey isn't scoring this season, when you watch the games, he has played very well, even if I'm not putting the ball in the back of the net, right? So I I I personally think though that in previous seasons the team's inconsistency was kind of affecting him a bit, but I think this season he has become such a good player that the team Bayer Leverkusen's inconsistency, while it is still holding him back, he is still shining. He is still playing very well even when others around him aren't doing so well. Even in the Bayern Munich game, I personally thought he was the best Leverkusen player on the pitch. And the rest of them didn't even look like they were trying. Right? The rest of them, I mean, it was sad. Leverkusen desperately needed the 3 points in that game. Right? Because obviously they are desperately chasing Champions League. And I mean, look, nobody expects them to beat Bayern. Even though on their day they can. With the talent pool that they have. But my thing is, the attitude was so poor. It's as if they didn't want to play in the Champions League. It's as if they didn't want to get there. Right? That is not the attitude that you see at an elite club. That is not the attitude you see at an elite club. Right? When they are desperately scraping for a Champions League spot and not even, well, they're supposed to be desperately scraping for a Champions League spot and not even putting in the effort. It's as if they didn't even care. That's all lackluster and lack of energy, especially in the first half. The second half was much improved, to be fair, but the first half it was extremely poor. It's as if they weren't even trying. Right? That's not that's poor attitude, not the right environment for a player like Leon to really get the best out of him. And Leon was the only Bayer Leverkusen player on the pitch, in my opinion, that was really putting in a good shift in that first half. Right? So the fact of the matter is, I personally believe that Leon needs to leave Bayer Leverkusen now while he is red hot and can get a move. Because in my opinion, Bailey has been Leverkusen's best player for the entire season. That's in my opinion. Right? Bailey has been very good. Again, even the games that he hasn't been scoring or assisting, his performance has been good. But as I say, man, I just think Bayer Leverkusen is holding him back. He's better than Bayer Leverkusen and he has outgrown Bayer Leverkusen. Right? His consistency and versatility, along with his exceptional performances this season, shows that Leon Bailey is indeed ready for an elite club. He is indeed ready for an elite club. I did a video recently saying that because he was being linked to United earlier on in the season, and I did a video saying that I would rather see him at Manchester City. And people are saying that Leon Bailey not good enough to start for Manchester City. I vehemently disagree with that. Leon Bailey can go to Manchester City and find a role in the starting lineup. I genuinely believe that. I mean, obviously the likes of Foden and Mahrez are good players, right? But Foden can play elsewhere on the pitch, right? And I do believe that Leon is a better player than Riyad Mahrez. Or I think that if Leon goes to Manchester City, he can take Riyad Mahrez's game. I genuinely believe that. Right? I genuinely believe that. I think he's quicker than Mahrez. I think he's a bit stronger than Mahrez. And I think he is more skillful than Riyad Mahrez. Right? So obviously, when Sterling really hits, full flow again, when Sterling is really going again, obviously his place is secure. And I think that, they're probably going to find some way. If for instance, Leon was supposed to go to Manchester City, I think that they would, shift some players around like Foden. Because, Foden can play in multiple positions, right? And play Leon Bailey as a right winger. Because we have seen Foden play as a right winger in the front three for Manchester City this season, right? But I mean, I don't know who would play, but I definitely believe that if Leon Bailey goes to Manchester City, he can have an impact for Manchester City, right? I don't believe if he were to go to a City, he would bench. That's how highly I rate Leon Bailey. I think he could even go to a Manchester City and do well. As I say, man, his consistency and his versatility this season has just been excellent, man, and he has been putting in some exceptional performances. I was looking at some stats earlier, right? And when you look at his performance as a right winger this season, 21 games, 8 goals, 6 assists. A left winger, this one really surprised me because many of us were of the opinion that Bailey is a better right winger. But these stats shows that as a left winger this season, Bailey has played 11 games, scored 6 goals and assisted 5. So that kind of surprised me a bit because I'm one of them who are always upset when them stick him out on the left. But Bailey even this season on the left, but judging by the stats and also when you watch the player play, even when he's on the left flank, he's exceptional this season. Right? He has even played centre forward this season and scored. Right? So again, man, his consistency and versatility and just his growth. You can see the growth in his performances this year. And again, I do believe that there are few clubs in the world that if Leon Bailey went to right now, he could not force himself into the starting lineup. I believe that there are few clubs in the world that is the case. Right, so I want Leon to leave Bayer Leverkusen now. I want him to leave in the summer. I don't want him to become another Karim Bellarabi, man. I just don't. Right? Who had big seasons for Leverkusen in the past. But years later, at 31 years old, he's still at Bayer Leverkusen. Right? I don't want him to become another Bellarabi. And obviously, Bailey is more talented than Karim Bellarabi. But I just really hope Bailey can get a move away from Leverkusen now, because right now is the best time. Right now is the best time. He's coming off of a hot season, right? A really good season. And I want to err on, I would want him and his team to err on the side of caution and get him out now, because you don't know what can happen in the future. No, there's no time like the present. No time like the present. Right? But the good thing about it is that Leverkusen are a selling club. So I do believe that for the right price, Leon Bailey will get a move. And with the whole COVID scenario where the prices have been suppressed because of COVID, making players much cheaper than they would normally be. Because remember, there was one time when Leverkusen was asking £100 million for Bailey. Right? Bayern Munich had offered a lot of money. And they had turned down Munich and said they wanted £100 million for him. Added to the fact that they did say they weren't going to sell him to Munich, because they weren't going to sell their best player at the time to a rival. So my whole thing is that I just hope is, because I do believe even nationality plays a role in these things as well. And the fact of the matter is, he's from a country that is deemed a relatively small market. Because look at even Kai Havertz, right? I believe Bailey is a better and more versatile player than Kai Havertz. I believe he's stronger, or just as strong, right? He is quicker, much quicker, to be fair to Havertz is skillful as well. But I personally believe that Bailey is more skillful than Havertz and is a better dribbler than Havertz. I think Bailey is a better player than Havertz and better suited for the Premier League, and is a more versatile attacking option than Havertz, who can play in any system, in any team, and do exceptionally well. But yet still, the big team still went after Havertz. Right? And obviously, Bayer Leverkusen was playing Havertz heavily, and really and truly, I personally think they weren't really giving Leon Bailey the push that he needed, right? In terms of that season, not last season, I don't think Bosch didn't seem to really fully believe in Leon Bailey. That was my opinion anyway. In terms of, he knew he was a talented player, but I don't know, man. I don't know. He was, substituting him a lot, bringing him off the bench and playing Diaby and Havertz over Bailey a lot. Playing even Havertz as a winger. Right? There were times when he was playing Havertz as a winger. So I just hope that Leon, my thing is, Havertz got the move, Bailey didn't. Hopefully Bailey can get the move, man. Hopefully he can get the big move. And if is one person that will make up a lot of noise and get him out of Bayer Leverkusen, it's Craig Butler. If it's one person that can force a big move, it's Craig. So hopefully, if the right move comes along, Bailey can get up out of Leverkusen and hopefully achieve his full potential and become the player that we all think he can become. Okay, guys, that's my 2 cents. Bailey on fire yet again. Looking forward to seeing him in the last couple of games in the season. So that's it. We'll continue to watch him. Everybody stay safe and take care. And until next time.